Hey guys, welcome back to the Velocity YouTube channel. My name is Tom, and today we're here to walk around this absolutely awesome 1976 Bronco. It's a first generation Bronco, resto mod by the guys here at Velocity, and it is featuring a lot of different upgraded options, including an amazing Swatters Blue metallic paint and of course our Ranger package. Let's walk around it as if you were here in the showroom with me like we normally do in the format of these vehicles. So the first thing we'll talk about is this paint. The paint is called Swatters Blue, and it's a very, very popular deep metallic blue, one of our most popular colors. Brittany Blue, Anvil Grey, Swatters Blue, these are all colors that you are going to regularly see in our showroom, on the website, in inventory, because they're just so classic and we've built so many of them. We've built a lot of these Swatters Blue trucks, and about 50% of them have the Ranger package, 50% of them are just left as the Signature Series, so without any of the striping. They look good both ways, but on this one I think the Ranger package particularly sets it off. We'll talk about that more in a second. But yeah, Swatters Blue is the paint color. It's a deep, dark metallic blue, so it's not a flat paint. It does have a metallic fleck in it, which looks really, really nice. Come to the front of the truck, and there's a couple of things that I want to point out. The first is going to be these headlights. These are Holley Retro Brights. They look like an old halogen lamp, but they are a brand new LED behind. They're really good, really durable, very, very bright, but they have that real classic look as well. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the retro look, but you get modern technology, and they just work really well with a truck like this, with the Ranger package that has more of that vintage vibe. We've got Ford badging across the hood. The red matches the kind of orange red in the stripes. That looks really nice. And then part of that Ranger package, you get powder coated Wimbledon White bumpers front and rear. Other than that, this is the standard setup front end of a Gen 1 Bronco. It's what they all look like. You will see on the top of the hood here as well, we do have the Ranger stripe. That's part of that Ranger package too. Comes around where the hood's got some extra details, the extremities of the hood, and it just is such a classic vibe. Obviously the Ranger package was something that you could get directly from Ford, and so this is kind of our recreation of it. Let's go down the side of the truck then, talk about a few more details. You'll notice on this one we went with the standard kind of chrome options. So we've got the Bronco Sport badge there. That's really nice, finished in chrome. Radio antenna is chrome. The side mirrors and the door handles are chrome. We do have billet options for these components as well, which I'm sure you'll have seen on some of our other videos. But on this one, again, because it was a Ranger package with that more vintage aesthetic, we went with the standard chrome. So these are new, but they are OEM style pieces. So the handle, side mirrors, things like that, they're really nice. Obviously the main thing you're going to notice is the two-tone colors that are happening down the side of the truck. And again, that's part of that Ranger package. So the striping all down the side, and then the steely wheels, they're all in Wimbledon White. And Wimbledon White isn't really a white, it's more of a cream or an off-white or a bone, but it looks really nice and again, really, really classic. You'll notice that we also painted the roll cage in that color. Again, another thing that you get when you go to the Ranger package, and then even more stuff to talk about when we go onto the interior. Come around the side of the truck to the back, you can see the tailgate. Again, some details. I already mentioned the front bumper went Wimbledon White, so did the rear, but you're also going to see the Ford lettering in the tailgate as again being put into this Ranger styling. So really, really nice, very, very popular, clearly identifies the vehicle. You've also got a Velocity build badge at the back. Technical details in the tailgate, main thing is going to be these LED lights. So your indicators, your turn signals, and your brake lights, all of this is all LED. Actually, the whole truck has got LEDs and brand new electric and wiring all the way through, like all Velocity builds. I'll drop the tailgate really quickly so you can see kind of what the load area looks like, get the first sneak preview of the interior. Back of the tailgate's been finished in what we call Raptor lining. Actually, that's the name of the product. It's by a company called U-POL Raptor, and it's like a truck bed liner. It's a spray-in truck bed line. We can actually tint this, but on a blue truck like this, it actually looks better just to take it all the way black. So you can put things on here, lift stuff up into the tailgate without worrying about scratching any paint or anything. The whole underside, top side, everywhere that's not been painted in the Swatters Blue has this coating, which is really nice. You also notice the first sneak preview of the Ranger interior. So this is a bamboo weave for the rear mat, the load area mat, and that actually goes in the seat inserts, which we'll see in a second. But really nice material, feels really premium. These mats just pop in and pop out, give you a little bit of extra protection. The back seat on the Bronco can lock and fold forward, so I won't show you the whole thing now, but what you can do, if I fold this forward, and if Aaron zooms in, there's a little fitting at the bottom, and that latch you can actually completely remove, pull it upwards, and the whole thing will tilt and lock forward. Call it fold and tumble. And so the whole back seat will basically tumble forward, line up, so you've got all of that load area space. If it's just you and your wife, or you and your husband, just you and a friend in the front, and you need more space, you can do that. All right, let's take a look at the interior. I'm going to open the door so you can take a good look at it. Really, really nice upgrade as part of this Ranger package. So let's talk through it. First thing you're going to notice, of course, is the inserts. They match the floor mats. It is this bamboo weave material, and it's actually very breathable. So for the seat inserts and where you have your back and stuff, it just really helps aerate and keep everything moving so you don't get a sweaty back. It does feel very premium as well, though, and it really looks very nice. It's surrounded by vinyl, so this is hickory vinyl. It looks like leather, but it is a marine grade vinyl. The reason we use marine grade vinyl in quite a lot of our vehicles, especially open top vehicles like the Bronco, is it just stands up to the weather really, really nice. So a truck like this, I'm sure you can imagine, you're going to want to take it to the beach, you're going to want to take it out, and you're not going to have to worry too much about getting it wet or it being rained on. Then the marine grade vinyl is for you, right? It just really, really lasts. It looks amazing. It actually feels very, very close to leather, and it has like the appeal and the aesthetics of leather, but it just is very, very durable, again, because it was designed for basically being used on boats. Getting in the truck is really easy because I've got a powered step that helps me jump up. You also can grab onto one of the roll cage struts here as well if you need to. Really quickly, before we talk about the rest of the interior, just one other piece of technology, which is the door window regulator, or the crank, door crank. This is actually electronic. So all Velocity vehicles have electric windows. They look like they've got the old school crank, but actually they don't. You press it down, pull it up, and it controls the electric windows. You can do some cool things with that. Another really cool thing you've got is the side step. I press this button in, which is the door actuator. You'll notice the side step comes up and down. So it disappears, so it doesn't ruin the aesthetic of the truck. When you open and close the door, reappears again, so you can get in and get out. Seating position's really comfortable, and that's in part thanks to these high back seats. They're really, really nice, but also because I've got adjustability through my steering column. So this is an I Did It tilt steering column, nice piece of kit, nice product, finished in a powder coated black, but basically gives me the adjustability of the steering wheel. The actual steering wheel itself, a classic Ford OEM piece. It's got the wood all the way around the outside of it. It's chrome in the middle, 3-strut, 3-spoke, really, really nice design. Even has grooves on the back of it just to help you hold onto the steering wheel. It feels really, really nice in the hands. It's not too thick. You feel like you're driving an old school truck when you grab the steering wheel. You'll notice on the dashboard, we've got a small screen. So this is actually a brand new Dakota digital dash. It looks like the old school instrument cluster, but actually it's got a little screen here, and that screen allows you to have even more information. Right now, because the truck's off, it's just showing us our mileage, our odometer, but you can have live speed in there and temperatures and things like that, as well as you've got your speed and your fuel, battery, RPMs, all in your normal places. But that little screen just gives you some more information when you're driving. I like to have it on my live miles per hour, so when I'm driving, I can really easily see how fast I'm going. And this truck will go fast. We'll talk about that more in a second. Taking a closer look at the interior then, and from this angle, you really do get a good view of these bamboo weaved inserts. They're very, very nice. These seats, the high back seats, they do come with a full headrest. They do have side bolsters, and the base has bolsters as well. So they do feel very, very comfortable. Cushioning is not too soft, not too firm. We make a lot of this stuff in-house, and this is our tried and true interior setup in terms of seating for Broncos. We've built almost 600 Broncos now, so we really know what works. The top of the Tuffy box has also been covered in the bamboo weave, and you've got a really nice little cushion here just for your armrest. So as you're driving, you've got somewhere to rest your elbow. This Tuffy box is secured to the bottom of the truck. So if you went to the beach, you need to secure your valuables. Obviously the truck is open, so you wouldn't want to just leave your phone or an iPad out, but you can put it in here. Tuffy box is actually much larger than it looks, so you could fit an iPad or even a small laptop in here. You get some touch-up paint as standard, and of course we've also got a trickle charger as well. So all these vehicles have been pre-wired for trickle charger. You don't even need to open the hood to trickle these vehicles. Under the passenger side wheel well, we've actually got a plug there as well, which is nice. But yeah, really, really nice. The inside's got some lining as well, and just very premium product. We really like these Tuffy consoles. They just work. We fit them in all of our Broncos. On the front, you've got USB 3 and USB-C charging, so you can plug your phone in. There's a little slot for your phone. When you're driving along, you can leave it there, and 2 drinks holders, which is nice. Coming up, and you're going to notice the first thing, which is this truck features full covered floor mats. So these floor mats are part of that Ranger package. Again, they're finished in that bamboo, synthetic bamboo weave material. They look really nice, and normally you would only get the floor mats in the footwells. You wouldn't get this central piece. But when you go to the Ranger package, you get this central piece, and it does just cover the transmission tunnel, and it really makes the truck kind of look fully finished, look a bit more premium. Not that it's not normally premium, but just gives it that overall detail that you would want, especially with that Ranger package. You've got high and low range here. Really, really nice. Again, shift boot. That's been finished in that marine grade vinyl as well with the matching white stitch and Wimbledon White. That's really nice. This is for your high and low range. A lot of people will ask us, hey, I don't understand it. I thought the trucks were automatic, but why is there two shifters? Yeah, they're not manual shifters. It's not for your actual gearbox or your transmission. This is for your transfer case. So that's what those two control. Moving up again, you're going to see the AC plenum. The AC controls the radio. We'll start by talking about the AC. The AC is a brand new vintage air AC system. Really simple. You can control it with these three knobs here. This one controls the direction, this one controls the speed, and this one controls the temperature. So in Florida, you'd be turning the temperature all the way down, probably turning the fan up. But in these trucks, really the AC does work, even though it's an open top vehicle. So you don't necessarily have that enclosed cabin to help. These vents, they really do blow a lot of cold air quickly, and it's very strong. So people often ask, is it really any good? Is it actually usable? Yes, absolutely. On a warm Florida day like today, you're very thankful when you're driving along that these are blowing at you. So AC is a vintage AC system. You do have a brand new retro sound radio head unit as well, so it looks like an old tape player style radio, but actually it's brand new, and it has Bluetooth and all of your normal functionality. These buttons allow you to control things, and of course you can do all sorts of stuff there. It even allows you to hook your phone up so you can take calls. We've fitted a microphone over here on the left hand side so you can connect with people while you're driving, which is nice. You have your light switches here, wash wipe here as well for your controls, and that's it. The dashboard on these trucks is very, very simple, but it looks really original. The aesthetic is of course very retro because that's what we're going for. All right, let's talk about driveline now. Just open up the hood so you can see what engine bay looks like. So we've got a brand new 3rd generation Coyote in this vehicle. It's a 5-litre V8, it produces around 460 horsepower. And so if you've watched our videos before, you'll know that this really is the engine we use on almost all of the Ford products and Ford application. It's a really reliable engine. It's brand new, direct from Ford, comes with a warranty, all of that good stuff. Has lots of power, like I said, 5-litre V8. So it'll do 0 to 60 about 4.5 seconds, which is quick for a truck like this. But actually, it's not just about the speed, it's about the maintenance, it's about the reliability, it's about the drivability every day. So any Ford dealer can work on this truck. Any Ford dealer can service this truck. Any Ford dealer technically can warrant this truck through our warranty program because they're used to working on this engine. It's the same engine as out of a new F-150 or a new Mustang. So really, really usable. It's always going to get you from A to B. When you turn the key, the truck's always going to start. You don't have to worry about anything. Behind that is the 10R80, a 10-speed transmission, and that comes as part of a package with this engine. Again, similar thing, it's new, it's got a warranty, and it's like what you would see in a new 10-speed F-150 or a Mustang, things like that. So new transmission, super smooth, lightning quick shifting, all of that everyday drivability that you would expect from a truck at this price point. We've got disc brakes all round, so a hydro boosted disc brake system by Willwood, which is really nice. It's important for us to stop as quickly as we go. Right, we want to build a truck that's safe, and so the disc brakes allow you to do that. Yeah, a couple of other different things that I want to point out on the engine bay. Velocity features proprietary headers on the top, so you've got Velocity proprietary headers, and you do have the Velocity serpentine system as well, which is designed to fit this engine in this bay, because of course you can see it's a tight squeeze. The guys have done a really good job of making this look as OE as possible, so it looks like the engine really was designed to be there. Of course it wasn't. 302 was originally in this engine, as well as a couple of other things, but the guys just do such a good job of like all the little hoses and the fixtures and the fittings. They look so neat and tidy to have that like OEM feel, which is cool. Underneath the truck, you've got a brand new Roadster Shop chassis. So we partner with the guys at Roadster Shop with all of our chassis. Everything that we do here, if it's got a new chassis underneath it, it's RS. This vehicle is no exception. The great thing about the new Roadster Shop chassis is it gives you that peace of mind having a brand new chassis underneath, but also it's a bit stronger and a bit stiffer. This truck can easily go highway speeds, so you can easily do 70, 80, 100 miles an hour on this truck. And so what you want to make sure you can do also is turn and corner and stop safely. And the chassis and the suspension setup that we use, the Bilstein suspension setup, allows you to do that. These trucks are as close as you can get to like a daily driving modern truck in this kind of platform. Obviously there are options like independent front suspension with us that you can go to if you really want like the best possible driving experience. But 9 customers out of 10, when they come here and they drive our standard, as it were, Bronco, they're quite happy with the straight axle platform that we use and the chassis we use underneath this vehicle. So really easy to drive every day, very safe, very sturdy. Sway bars underneath all Velocity Broncos as well, which removes a lot of that body roll that you would have originally got on Broncos. We designed these trucks to be driven every day by normal people. You don't have to be a racing driver. You don't have to be a mechanic to operate or use the vehicle or look after it. You can just drive it like you would a normal truck. Thanks for walking around this truck with me. It's a really nice example of what we do best. The Ranger package, of course, is on about half of our vehicles, and it's easy to see why with this color scheme, with the kind of retro styling, it does just look amazing. You can imagine this thing driving around in, you know, somewhere like California or South Florida, or even somewhere like Austin in Texas, or any of those places, Nashville maybe. It'd fit in anywhere, whether it's by the beach or in a city. It's kind of got all of the things that you would expect. Of course, it has all the modern technology, and this one does feature that brand new Roadster Shop frame underneath it as well, which is really, really nice. Just makes this truck truly a daily driver. If you're interested in this vehicle, it is available for sale. So it's one of the vehicles we've got here in the showroom. So you could drive this truck away today. It does qualify for our financing through our partners at Woodside Credit. So if you want more flexible payment options, you can do that. If you're looking at the for sale page, if you're looking at this listing, scroll down, you get an idea of what that looks like, what the payments could be, that sort of thing. The vehicle does also feature our Velocity 2-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. So you've got complete peace of mind while you're driving. You can drive this thing all the time and know that if there was anything to go wrong, not that anything really goes wrong because almost everything on this truck is new, but if there was something that went wrong, you could just call us. We're only a phone call away and we take care of all those problems for you. So you drive with that peace of mind. It is available. We'll see how long it is available for though. These Swatters Blue trucks, they are always really popular, and then when you combine it with that Ranger package, they do just look absolutely amazing. If you've got any questions, please feel free to leave us a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, that's down below. Instagram, leave a comment on the post. If you're watching on the website, you can pick up the phone and give us a call, or send us a contact form, and Facebook and all those all good things. Just send us a DM, send us a message, and we'll get back to you. Thank you very much for watching this video.